Kaylee, and today is intergenerational status tension, upward social mobility presentation. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so material possessions do more than serve as practical purposes. Sociologically, they can also communicate social class, economic position, independence, and status. This becomes especially interesting within families with a younger generation, especially when they begin acquiring things they associate with a higher socioeconomic position in the household they grew up in. A good example of this is when a young adult in a lower income family gets a newer, more expensive, or noticeably nicer car. On the surface, this may look like a transportation decision. However, sociologically, the car can represent so much more. It can act as a visible symbol of upward mobility, financial independence, and changing a class identity. This can create what may be described as intergenerational status tension. Intergenerational status tension occurs when the social economic position of one generation begins to differ from that of another. In this situation, the child may still come from a lower income household, but the car begins to communicate a different social position. This creates an interesting form of status inconsistency. The individual's family background may continue to be associated with one socioeconomic position, while their possessions, education, career trajectory, or lifestyle increasingly suggest another. Cars are particularly important as symbols because they're extremely visible. Unlike money in a bank account, a car can immediately be seen by parents, relatives, neighbors, friends, and the larger community. Because of this visibility, the vehicle can become a public representation of the child's changing socioeconomic position. Another concept that can help explain this reaction is relative deprivation. Relative deprivation does not necessarily mean that someone has become objectively poorer. Instead, it refers to the feeling of disadvantage that can occur when people compare their circumstances to those of someone around them. For example, a parent may have been relatively comfortable with their own vehicle until the child obtains a significantly newer or more expensive one. The parent's economic circumstances have not changed, but the comparison has changed. This does not necessarily mean the parent is conscientiously jealous of the child. These emotions can be complicated and contradictory. A parent may genuinely feel proud while also experiencing discomfort, anxiety, insecurity, or concern about the increasing socioeconomic difference between them and their child. Because of this, intergenerational status tension may not appear as an explicit statement such as, "I am uncomfortable because my child is moving upward socially."